I can straighten it out, I swear, but it's going to take some time. I'm going to need help keeping it from Otto.
Bit late for that.
There you are!
So let me get this straight. And instead of coming straight to me, you get Clive to come to you. And I will dig you out of the hole. The man in charge of the place you've been cheerfully trying to bankrupt. And you thought this was, well?
Oh, just Martha. And the dame. And, well, Lady Karen. But only 500 talents.
We owe three of our most trusted friends 5 million.
¿Quiénes se suscribieron a mí?
Each.
No
5 million. They lent us the bulk of the money we used to rebuild the hideaway, you see? And, well, I must have made some sort of...
Those ledgers were my responsibility.
We have that much to hand? I can always ask my uncle.
No, we don't. And no, you won't. After the king's ransom we had off him, he deserves better than to see our begging bowl. Besides, we'll need to learn to stand on our own if we're gonna make it.
All right. But that doesn't mean you have to shoulder the burden. Is there anything I can do to...
There might be. How'd you fancy taking these to Marv?
Rocks.
Rocks, he says. Worth 1,000 talents apiece, these are. A little something Sid and I set aside for... And I reckon 15 million in overdue debt probably qualifies. I just hope our associates' eyes are a bit more discerning than you.
I'm sure they will be.
But you know how it is with this place. Orders to bark.
I know. Which is why I don't mind going in your place.
Go. Do you know why I only gave Master Clive here 2 star rubies?
Because you'd rather Lady Karen killed me.
Because I'd rather Lady Karen killed you. Yes.
Well...
Don't worry.
Really? Do you think so?
No. I don't.
No lo secreto. Porno gay. Qué asco. Me faltan algunas, sí. He hecho algunas, pero conforme me las voy topando, las voy haciendo.
People take notice of wealthy men. Shouldn't be too hard to track down Karen's collector.
The St. Drake's Fang is gone. The whole Mother Christmas.
My reputation will be ruined! Ruined!
Calm yourself, Lord Ignac, I beg of you, before you do yourself a mischief.
Pardon the intrusion, but...
Out! Get out! I paid for these rooms so I wouldn't be disturbed. Leave me be!
Please, allow me to apologize. His lordship is going through a difficult time, and he's never been fond of guests arriving unannounced.
Radim! Get rid of the filthy...
Very good, Lord Ignac. Would you mind stepping outside?
I'm sorry if I've caused you any trouble.
That? Oh, no. That's just how his lordship is. Though the morning's events have left him somewhat fractious. He's been dispossessed of his luggage, you see. The thieves also made away with a
I don't suppose a certain blade was among the stolen items. A single-edged sword. It was purchased.
Ah, you know?
Then I'll retrieve Lord Ignac's luggage. But I have one condition.
You have but to state it. You are welcome to anything that is within my power to grant.
I want an audience with Lord Ignac. A few minutes should be enough. Then I'll be on my way.
A condition I would be a fool to refuse. Of course, you shall have your audience.
I don't suppose you saw where the thieves were.
I did not, no. Though some discreet inquiries made on his lordship's behalf mean that I know where you might find them. The bandit's bed. Every ill-gotten coin in Dalamil is said to pass through that
And that's where I'm heading.
I shall speak to Lord Ignac in your absence, and arrange for an audience upon your trial.
That will be very kind of you.
Farewell.
Aquí arriba.
Time to fight.
Usa vagina. No mucho. Óigale, perro.
Come on, lads, let's tear the bastard's head off!
Me ha vuelto de medio hermano yo para ver esta barra que parece.
This must be Ignac's luggage. Nothing seems to be damaged. All right.
Aquí se levantaría eso.
I hear I have you to thank for the return of my effects. What shall I call you, my good man?
Wyvern. Glad to make your acquaintance.
A formidable name indeed. Well, Wyvern, I appear to be in your debt. Redeem here tells me you wished for an audience. Is that all?
A few moments of your time should suffice, yes.
You're a peculiar fellow, Wyvern. All right, speak.
Master Wyvern was wondering if you could tell him about a certain single-edged sword you recently acquired.
Oh, a true work of art, that one. Karen drove me hard on the price, but I would have sold her Radim here to get my hands on that sword. It was made in the Outer Isles, far beyond the Twins, and is used exclusively by the practitioners of a unique school of swordsmanship. They believe no combat should ever exceed a single strike, and hone their blades to such perfection that none ever does. Each sword is made for that one perfect stroke, and for that stroke only. They crack upon a second blow. There's a brutal sort of beauty to it, really.
But how do they hone such an edge?
Fine question. Why, they use a whetstone, of course. Whetstones, rather. A whole array of them, ranging from the coarse to the fine. 10,000 licks with the sharpening stone, then 10,000 more. But it is the final stone which lends the blade its legendary sharpness. A mineral quite foreign to this great realm of ours. And that is the key. The secret ingredient. Wyvern, it occurs to me that my little lecture is hardly equal to services rendered. Take this, together with my regards. The very stone of which I spoke, far rarer among collectors than even the blade itself, and a far more fitting payment.
Thank you.
Pardon the intrusion, my lordship. However, it is long past time we prepared ourselves.
So it is. I am locked in bitter competition with a rival collector of curiosities. I am one step ahead of the unscrupulous scoundrel, but he is hard at my heels.
Are there many other collectors out there?
Too many to count, but only one do I consider my nemesis.
Yeah, Lord Byron Rosfield.
Lord Byron Rosfield. And is a perennial thorn in my side.
I can imagine.
Farewell, Wyvern. May our paths cross again. Radim, we mustn't dawdle.
I think his lordship is rather taken with you, Master Wyvern. Thank you again for your assistance. Coming, my lordship. I'll be right there.
What the fuckers?
Trust Uncle Byron to find such an interesting rival. Now, let's see what Blackthorn makes of this whetstone, shall we?
Puta. ¿De dónde está ese varón? A ver, por aquí. Corteco. Pero tengo que irme por el puente. Sí, por aquí. No vengo aquí abajo aquí. Este tenía que irme a dar todo ese vueltón que me pierdo todo. Y en el otro estaba 400 y el resto de metros, que sea 300 y pinche.
Ready, go?
Me están na Mitch. Eso yo, la noticia que soltaron hoy. De que todos los perros van a decir uno. También mal parido, se ha matado como 10,000 veces.
Well, it's certainly quiet. If I were a giant antelope, it would seem like just the place.
¿Me escuchan la transmisión? No. Incluir audio de tu mic. Incluir grabaciones, incluirán el audio del micrófono, incluir audio del grupo. No lo tengo apagado ahorita. Bueno. No será por los audífonos o que se tenga el volumen muy alto o algo. Ahí yo. No, sí está raro. Sí me escucho doble, pero no sé por qué.
I doubt we'll find one bigger than that. You hungry, Torgal? Now. Will it be enough, I say that answers my question. Which means we owe the lawsmen our thanks. Lady Car...
Clive, we weren't expecting you.
I wasn't expecting to be here, but it seems we still owe you a considerable amount of coin for your help with our rebuilding efforts. And though I doubt it's what you were expecting, we were hoping you'd take this as payment.
A star ruby? I can't accept this. It's worth at least twice what you owe me. More if you can find yourself the right buyer.
Think of the difference as interest.
Interest? If word got out I charged that much, no one would ever borrow from me again. Anyway, why are you the one here asking me about this? I'd have expected Otto. Bit much sending the Lord Marquis out to settle your debts, isn't it? The old goat working himself to death again.
Something like that. Most days I think he's the only reason the hideaway's still standing.
Same as always, eh? Back when the place was nothing but a twinkle in the eye of a recently retired Lord Commander, word is he was the first one Sid reached out to. Probably knew that without his strong arm and level head, the idea would never get off the ground. Sid may have been the face of the hideaway, but Otto's always been the backbone. And when Sid passed away, we were all worried that would be the end of it. That Otto would just give up.
His death was hard on everyone. But it must have hit Otto hardest of all.
But he didn't give up, did he? Quite the opposite, in fact. If I recall, he was the one who nominated you as Sid's replacement, and rallied the rest around you. I reckon what he saw in Sid, he saw in you too. And don't we all? Doesn't hurt that you're half as stubborn and twice as handsome, neither. That, and you keep good company.
I suppose I do.
There's two. At the glass gate.
Did you hear the gates to heaven?
I want to see you again. It's all right.
What am I going to do without Sweetwater and Oil of Talc? Still no caravan from the Dominion's pub.
Milady.
Gifts? Oh my. Clive, you really have outdone yourself.
Otto asked me to give it to settle the hideaway's debt with the Veil. And to compensate you for the time it...
You disappoint me, Clive. I thought you might finally be warming to me. Tell Otto he can keep his baubles. I tried to tell him as much the first time around. The man owes me nothing, nor does the High... My contribution to the restoration effort was made freely and willingly. It was the least I could do.
You once told me Cid did you a kindness. I'd like to do the same. Please. And for Otto's. For all of us. For all you've done.
It is rather fetching, isn't it? Very well. Otto is lucky to have you, Clive. I doubt anything could ever replace his son. But you and the others at the Hideaway are the closest thing he has to family.
Otto had a son.
Long ago, yes. Cid told me Otto lost him when he was just a boy, and blamed himself for not being able to stop it. I don't know how it happened, whether there was anything he could have done, but it was clear that it weighed heavily on him.
I didn't know.
How could you have? I doubt anyone did. Besides Cid, I've never met a man more keen to bear his sorrows in stoic silence. An ill habit, given that both have always been surrounded by friends desperate to help them.
I'm beginning to see that. Gob will want to know the stones were delivered.
Slavers don't even bother with Northreach now that all the Highlanders fled south.
Ready, girl?
Straight home now. Look what we have here. Greetings, Your Majesty. Your reign is over. Now to collect the ash. This looks like the stuff. Let's see if there's any more. That should do it. The wine needs more than this.
All right there, Sid? How's that hunt for the bomb ash going?
I have it here.
That's the stuff. And plenty of it, too. Enough to keep the Alembic bubbling away for a good old while. You're a gent, Sid. Let nothing say otherwise. Right then, let's get this contraption up and running. There we have it. The Telemon Alembic. And it works just like the chief said it would.
Very impressive.
Says the man who cut down a burning boulder. Speaking of which, I still haven't returned the favor.
There's no need. The good it will do for the hideaway is reward enough.
Don't be silly. Why don't you let me take a look at that bag of yours? The one you keep your potions in. Reckon I could work some magic on that.
What kind of magic?
Well, we happen to have isolated a substance in our test run of the Alembic that I reckon will make even the toughest lever supple as anything. Thought we might use it to breathe new life into old boots and the like. Save the hideaway a few gil. But I reckon if we slap a bit on your bag, it'll loosen it up enough for you to squeeze in a bottle or two more.
Well, it can't hurt to try, I suppose.
That's the spirit. Leave it with me. I'll only be a mo. Well, what do you reckon?
It certainly feels more flexible.
Right? Told you.
Thank you. I think.
No. Thank you for supporting Mid and the rest of us in our endeavors. Without you, we'd never have been able to discover wonders like that stuff I rubbed on your bag. And I'm telling you, there's plenty more where that came from.
Might need some help.
Goat. Still alive? So Lady Karen accepted the ruby.
About that. I tried my best, but she was just too stubborn to take it. She threw it right back in my face, in fact, and told me I could stick my stupid stone where the sun don't shine.
Karen refused payment.
I hope it wasn't something I said.
I'm sure you were as tactful as ever. Let me see what I can do.
Oh, wonderful. I hope you have better luck than I did. Fancy a look at the list, do you? time Otto really will have my head. Assuming... Anything catch your eye? Seen enough?
They told me she was building a ship.